Year, man. Happy New Year, man. It's a new year.
Yeah, it's a new year, man. Happy New Year to you too.
We got to start doing this a little more often, man. But while I got you, I wanted to chime in on the tragedy that happened at Marcy Correctional Facility in New York State, man. You know, I know a lot about being incarcerated and those type of incidents that happen. Um, with a 43-year-old man, Robert Brooks. First of all, man, we will send condolences to his family. Brother was 43 years old, and he lost his life to, man, I'm gonna say the evil doing of some correctional officers. We don't know what happened exactly in terms of what led to them putting their hands on that man and doing all the things that they did to him to make him lose his life. But we here to discuss it. And so how you feel about that incident, man? I know we expressed it
I ain't I
offline.
ain't even gonna lie, man. I was riding down the road going to Darlington, and
Mm-hmm.
we was watching it, and it was a tear jerker for me, man.
Mm.
Because I'm sitting there and I'm like, man, I can't believe that they're beating this man. You know what I mean? They
Mm-hmm.
he's handcuffed. And so I heard a lot of people, and I watched a lot of things, people saying that he was what he was in there for, but what it did, it made me feel like as I was watching it, it took me, I went back in time and it made me feel like as if me watching it and just having to take it at this point, because there's nothing you can do.
Right, right.
You just watching what's going on. And it's like I'm sitting there watching it, and it's like a slave mentality. Like some of the Negroes back in the day had to sit there and they had to watch
Right.
a man get beat, and there's nothing that they could do about it.
Yeah. It was like a public hanging, like a
It
lynching.
was
It
it was
it was
amazing. I was like, man, this is amazing. They kick him into his groins. You know what I'm saying? Pulling him, choking him, like choking him up. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I was like, man, it's crazy because it was nothing that nobody could do. It's like everybody who was watching it was watching a public assassination
Right.
take place. And I was like, it hit me.
Mm-hmm.
And you know when you like you know it's some tears about to drop, and you just kind of just try to talk it out and talk it away, and
Mm-hmm.
your eyes get watery, and then the tears start sliding down your face.
Right.
I'm like, man, this is like and this is an assassin. This is a like a public hanging.
Public hanging. Yeah. It's like a form of buck breaking for it to get out. I kind of like, I don't know, for I've questioned yesterday. I was questioning the releasing of the taping by the attorney general, right? And I thought it was like they got to do damage control, because I've been in facilities before where, like, if your people start calling, they start visiting, they don't really do that to people that they know that get visits on a regular, they get packages on regular. You know what I'm saying? If it happens like instantaneously. It might happen. You know what I'm saying? But the people that they know that regularly get visits and stuff like that, they don't do that to them. So I'm just wondering, like, did his? I think I read his family asked for the tapes to be released to the public, for the video rather to be released to the public, and it kind of put me in that mind frame of Emmett Till when his mother asked for the burial for them to see the body. You know what I'm saying? Or what they did to Emmett Till. And for me, it hit home because I've been in situations, me being incarcerated for 16 years, right? I've been in situations where correctional officers handle they handle you with aggression, even if you're not being aggressive, right? They handle you
Yeah.
with aggression. You know what I'm saying? and they'll want you to be reactive to their aggression so they could basically harm you, like physically harm or kill you. Like it's been extreme measures where I'm like, damn, am I gonna make it out of this situation? And because I might have said something bad, or it don't even be that you give them some type of negative response. It's just that's just how they train to respond to things. So in turn with that, they're saying that 13 people was fired, right? Nobody was arrested. That's my next question to you. What do you think they're gonna do in terms of getting justice for this man being basically murdered?
To me, it's amazing. Okay, a long time ago, nothing was on camera, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing was on camera. You had to go get witnesses, and you had to hope that the people tell the truth by the time it's time to go to trial or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm gonna just fast forward to now. Now, like you're seeing, you get a chance. It's a non-negotiable.
Yeah.
You can see what happened.
Right.
Now, I don't know, like I don't know if that's protocol, if that's something that they just know that that's what goes on and it's been normalized. You know what I'm saying? Because I've
It's
heard plenty
definitely
of
been
stories.
normalized. It just they didn't know it would get out to the public, but it's definitely been normalized for a long time in correctional facilities, man. It's been normalized. You could tell by the way they behave. It'd be like anytime you go to the infirmary, it's always extra COs, right? It's always 10, 12, 15 of them. And they're there for it's just like they're there for no reason, but they're there for a reason. You get what I'm saying? They're always on guard, ready to pop off. You get what I'm saying? So I don't even understand why he was in the infirmary. I want to know that part first. Like, not that that does matter to me, but me looking at it like I'm trying to understand like how nobody. This kind of remind me of the George Floyd situation, because
Yeah.
they saying he died from I forgot how you pronounce the term. Is something that got to deal with the neck, right? Something got to deal with the neck. He died from pressure or something to X. I can't pronounce it. I don't know how to pronounce the word, so I'm not gonna pronounce it.
Here's the thing, right? I think that the attorney general, and I'm gonna say Letitia James is the attorney general, right?
Yes,
I
Letitia
feel
James.
like I feel like what she need to do, right, is she need to get her mind and heart off of this Trump thing, and she need to really go full force on this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Do this.
So you saying some arrests should be made?
I'm saying some arrests should
Some
be
criminal
made.
charges. Some criminal charges should be on the menu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it just doesn't make any sense why it hasn't happened already. And then as I've been listening to it and doing more research on it, this shit happened what, December the 9th?
December 10th.
10th. He died on the 10th. Whatever the case may be, this happened a minute ago.
Yeah,
And
this was more than 3 weeks ago.
so it hasn't even been any criminal charges. What type of investigation do you need to do?
When it's
Right?
on tape.
And
When it's
I'm a
on,
piggyback on what my man said. Hey man, when they found out what Diddy did to the girl and they got the video,
yeah, that was
they
enough.
was they was on it.
Yeah, that was enough.
Why is it taking so long for them to say this was some bullshit what y'all did, and
Hmm.
y'all somebody need to be held accountable ASAP?
Right.
Is it because, and this is just me saying, is it because they don't think that the black man's life is as important?
I was thinking that earlier, right? I said, turn the tables, right? If it was a white male, right? A white male and a bunch of black officers, I think they would have been arrested. They would have been arrested, arraigned. They would have been facing capital punishment charges. It just would have.
I'm gonna say something, not to cut you off, but I'm gonna say something to you. It's just like a man that publicly humiliates his wife
Mm-hmm.
or his girl all the time,
Mm-hmm.
you know this is a practice behavior. He ain't just woke up one day and decided I'm going to do this shit to my woman, right?
Right.
So it's just like the way how they was doing what they was doing. They stuffed they stuffed the rag in his mouth. This is something that they are known to do. They stuffed the rag in his mouth, so when they kick his ass, he can't
You
scream.
can't scream, yeah.
There's all of this. These men. This is like, whoo, we got one. This is normal to them.
They
It
can't
was
wait,
it was
bro.
it was
I'm telling
normal
you.
for everyone to see. It was normal for the nurse, the one that was in there. It's normal for her to see this kind of behavior. That's why she didn't say nothing.
That's
This
where
is
they
normal.
do it at. They do it. That's where they do it at, the infirmary. That's where they kick your ass at. And the box and the infirmary is the main spots where you're gonna get your ass whooped real bad.
And
Yep.
see what happened is that this time somebody died. Normally they beat them to the point of death, to where they feel like they finna die. They wish they'd just go and die, but they survive every time. This time they beat the man and he died. And it was publicly exposed this time.
Right.
Know what I'm saying?
And
This
it's
is a
more.
mate.
It's something that just recently happened. I can't remember the guy's name. It was something recently, a young boy. Something happened to his brain. They did something. They moved him from mid-state to another jail in that hub. It might have been Marcy, but they moved him to another jail. That's what they do. So they'll physically harm you or damn near kill you and just move you to another jail. Your family won't know and none of that like that. And so that's how they get away with you state property. So sometimes they'll do something to you. They'll kill you. Your family won't even know. They'll say you packed up and went to another jail.
Yeah.
You know what
Yo,
I'm saying?
man, that's amazing to me, man. I think some arrests by January the 9th and 10th, by now, something should have happened.
It should be a public outcry, a more of a public outcry. I know it's New York State. It's a lot of it's. I'm gonna tell you about these COs, man. There's COs up there that got like little babies on their arm, and nooses and shit like that. Like it's there. The COs is stronger than I've never seen a gang of white men move like that in my life. Besides outside the street, the police, right? It's the COs in there, man. Listen, that blue gang, they stick together, man. And they think it's to instill fear. And in your family too. They do it to your families on a visit. It's a lot, man, that needs to be unpacked in that whole system when it comes to dealing with people. And I'm hoping they saying she's gonna put 400 million to cameras and reform, and I don't know, man. That I don't think the family is already saying that that's not going to fix the situation, but I'm hoping that this gets more exposure and they actually start doing things, and it started to be a repercussions for these officers, because these officers they just getting fired, and then they might probably still got their pension. You get what I'm saying? They should lose their jobs, be incarcerated, and all that, man. They violated the law, just like the people that
I think,
they're
yeah, for
holding
sure,
in
man.
there.
I ain't even gonna lie, man. I think that these officers need to reevaluate. I don't know how they're trained, but the way how they treated that man, as if they felt like he wasn't human.
Right.
He was dehumanized.
Yeah, he was.
They beat him like I ain't you know what I'm saying? Like, man, that was a lot of people beating that one man.
Yeah, it was 14 of them, 13 or 14 of them in there, 14 of them in there. That's what they do, bro. It don't matter if it's one. It was one. It didn't look like he was resisting to me. It's one person. That's how cowardly they are, though. They don't do that. I've never seen. I'm telling you, me personally being in jail 16 years. I've never had saw one officer address you and not 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of them come. They don't do that. I know because, I'm big. So I already know how I got to carry myself. When it's one of them, we can talk. But then you got to be careful how you talk to him. You get what I'm saying? Because he might pull that pin if he's scared. I done had situations where officers is like, boom, talking to me crazy, and I just come out the weight pit lifting, so my adrenaline's still flowing, and they're like, Pringle, come here, and this, and I'm like, yo, we face to face. And I just walk away from him. Then he run down on me. I turned around, and the first thing he said, I'm not scared of you people. I'm like, you people? He
Yeah,
said,
because they come.
the first thing he said, he said, I have 10 years, and I said, I got 13. Soon as I said my number, he looked me in my face, he spent around and just walked away. So I sat down, I was like, he about to pull his pin, man. Let me just get ready to, you know what I'm saying? So I walked to the front and I went to him, I said, listen, I just came from the gym. I was kind of, my adrenaline was flowing. I apologize if you feel like I disrespected you. It won't happen again. He said, That's all he said. And I spent off. So I had I had his heart and his balls in my hand, but I humbled myself and went to him and apologized. And we never had no problems after that. You get what I'm saying? But that's
Yeah,
far and few where you're gonna have situations like that where you can address an officer and you cur him and he back down and not call for the boys. Cause he knew he was wrong the way he was, you know what I'm saying? He came at me wrong. I'm like, I don't bother nobody. He came at me wrong. So that was just one given situation. A lot of times people don't live from the situation. You'll get your ass beat. They stomp on your nuts, they'll break your arm. First thing they do is go for your nuts. It's the first thing they
that's
do.
why the scripture. That's why the scripture. It's a scripture that, and that whole situation reminded me of a scripture, right, where it says, "Them that sin rebuke before all, that others may fear."
Mm-hmm.
And that takes me back to, how they did. They would take one, and so when you come from the infirmary, your ailment is your ailment, your broken arm, your busted body, is to show everybody else in the prison, don't fuck with us,
Don't get
don't
out of
mess with
line.
us. If you get out of line in any kind of way, this can happen to you. I don't know if that's in any handbook that they got as far as training, but I
Mm-hmm.
know that people turn the blind eye and let that shit go on because they feel like that's the only way that they can control the jail.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
In this situation, the man died. So if that's not a part of their protocol, somebody was out of order. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And there should be charges filed because you didn't go within protocol. Now, if you, if you were in protocol and everything you did was in protocol,
Mm-hmm.
and in protocol somebody's life happen to go away, then at that point, you might be able to be protected by the shield. But at this point, all this shit that they was doing, this is not in the, I guarantee you, it's nowhere in the handbook. Punch
No.
him in his face, choke him, suffocate him, put some shit in his mouth, hit him in the ribs, kick his groin. None of that is in the handbook.
Right.
So from December the 9th or 10th, and this is the new year, somebody or a group of people with this is a conspiracy at this point.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody should be facing charges of
Right.
some kind. And Letitia James shouldn't be on TV talking about cameras and none of that. Because they had cameras.
Yeah.
What more cameras do you need?
Yeah.
You have cameras so close to the victim. The cameras is right there.
Yeah. At this point, it should be somebody facing some type of criminal charges. So, I mean, all we could do, man, right now, all we could do right now is just follow up and see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? When they release something, um, I'm gonna say, man, whoever's out there watching, man, if you got family members, are we talking about what happened in Marcy? We talking about R.I.P. We talking about what happened in Marcy. this correctional facility in New York State. This brother got he basically got bodied. He got beat to death. He got choked, and he died under the supervision of 14 officers in the infirmary, and a nurse was there. So that's what we talking about. We talking about why there haven't been any charges brought against these men. They all lost their jobs, but there's no criminal charges has been brought against these men for the murder of this brother named Robert Brooks. He was 43 years old, and this happened on December 10th. So I just wanted to bring you up to date, up to speed as to what we was discussing. Um, I hope something is done, man, because I watch stuff like this go down a lot. Why? And it personally it like traumatized me in a way, and I just been talking about it and thinking about it, and I couldn't wait to have this discussion about it. You get what I'm saying? Because I feel like the more we talk about it, the more attention that it brings to other people, that may can push the envelope to do something about it. Because those type of things, you need unity. You need people that on the forefront. You know what I'm saying? That's really gonna go and make something happen. And just like you said, Letitia James, she has the power. Like she exposed them, but like, what's next? That's what I want to know. What's next?
You're like, is she gonna? And it's not, it's not a Trump thing or nothing, but is she gonna utilize that energy? Because you know what I'm saying, that passion to get this victim,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying, some justice, right? And it don't involve the state of New York getting a bunch of money behind it.
Right.
Can you take that same energy and allocate that to the mother that had to watch her son get executed?
That's get executed. That's what happened, man. That man was executed. He is publicly executed, just like
He was
George
taught. He
Floyd,
was tarred. He was tarred and feathered.
tarred and feathered, right in front of us.
And this,
Yeah, man.
you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, it's amazing. When I saw that video, I'm driving, and I'm feeling the pain of like somebody that's on the plantation watching somebody get beat to death, and they're beating them, and if they don't stop, he's gonna die, and they never stop.
Right.
So as a result of that particular beating,
Mm-hmm.
that person dies, and you sit there and you watch it,
So
and that's
so
all you can
honestly,
do.
honestly speaking, right, Jax, just to let's sum it all up, right?
Yeah.
Let's get conclude this, right? What do you think? What do you think is going to happen? Let's go there in the next, say, like 2 weeks or a week or
Well,
so.
I don't know, man. I know what this is what I believe they're going to try to do. I believe they put the video out, and most of the time when brothers see something, we get enraged and we talk and we march, and then there's rhetoric about it, and they want it to sort of come to a climax, and after a while, it starts to dissipate and dissipate and
And we
dissipate
forget about, yeah.
and dissipate, and then pretty soon it just be another brother, um,
Yeah.
you know, that
Yeah.
just passed away, and
Yeah, by the hands of,
something.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like something might happen. I'm not too as far as with the justice system, I ain't got too much faith in it.
Right.
So I'm not like, yo, I know something's gonna happen. But I
Mm-hmm.
know that if it was the other way around, you can guarantee, like when them brothers, them police officers had beat that dude up. I forgot what city it was, but it happened like a year ago, something like that. They all within a week got fired, got charged. Because you know what I'm saying? I already know how that would go. But as
Yeah,
far as when it's the other
this
way
ain't,
around,
yo,
I don't
bro.
know if it's gonna be some sort of a technicality, because we didn't hear nothing. So I don't know if they're gonna try to say it was certain things that he was saying, or he was threatening, he was making terroristic threat. I mean, we don't know what, because we couldn't hear him
Yeah,
Now it'd have been a whole different story if we could hear him screaming for his life and stuff like how we heard George Floyd,
right.
beg for his mother and all of that.
Hmm.
But we couldn't. All we saw is action. So we can't. We I don't know if they're going to try to say, well, it was things that y'all couldn't hear that was going on that warranted. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if any charges gonna get filed or not. Oh, couldn't tell you, man. I just got to sit back and watch it and
Yeah,
see
we just
see see
that's
what's going to happen.
yeah, we'll do another live, man. So make sure y'all tune in. Um, once we get any updated news about it, we'll do another live. But I know for me, man, like this really touched home because I've been in situations, man, that possibly could have cost me my life. And I kind of, not I kind of, man. As condolences to his family, man, and I empathize with them, for the things that they're going through right now, losing their loved one in the system, man. It's messed up. But yeah, we're gonna go on to another topic, man. Drex, is anything pressing, man? What we got going for the new year, man? Anything you looking forward to musically, entertainment wise? You looking to it, Uncle Murder, right?
That Uncle Murder joint. Listen, I listened to the whole thing, and I'm gonna tell you something, man. You know, it's not funny, but the way how he did it, it was he made it he made it kind of funny. You know
Right,
what I'm saying?
right.
And that was a part right at the end when I thought it was over,
Mm-hmm.
right? Then he come with with the Joe Budden thing, and he was talking about the situation when I guess he was naked and walked out and all of
Yeah,
that. But he did it like, oh shit, I forgot to tell y'all niggas about this. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, but yeah, man, Uncle Murder, he said a lot, but it's one part in that joint where he was talking about, Kodak Black and the and the and I think that I just wish I just don't want Kodak to go out badly. You know what I'm saying? He said I hope that the things that Gillian Wiley was telling him didn't go in one ear and out the other. You know what I'm saying? Because it's almost
Yeah.
like every time Gillian Wallow go and they do it like an intercessory sort of interview or whatever the case may be, something tragic is something tragic happens
Mm-hmm.
to that particular person. So that's a part of the
Yeah.
rap. That's
That
a part
has
of the
been historically, that's been true.
like every time, whether
We seen
successful
that with
or
Dolph.
yeah, or
We
they
seen,
demise, and it's almost like
yeah.
a lot of them brothers ain't gonna listen to the man with the suit and tie, the bow tie, the man that's Nation of Islam or the man that go to
Mm-hmm.
church or whatever the case may be, but they'll listen to a Gillian Wallow because they feel like they come where they come from, but they be coming
Come
with
from
that
there.
they
Right.
be coming with that gospel though. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
What even though it's street gospel, it's still the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that people need to pay a little bit more attention to when they're coming to them because it's almost like it be their last warning, man. You know
That's
what I'm
true.
saying? You got to get that thing right. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
true.
I think, man, what I'm looking forward to, man, is a refreshing in hip hop. I'm looking forward to bars being really back instead of just it being a cliche to say. I'm looking forward to introspective music to sort of start coming back.
Mm-hmm.
2025, I'm trying to see how this Fat Joe and Lord Jamar situation gonna go. I'm looking. I'm trying. I'm researching to see if the conscious community gonna get on Fat Joe for the comment about hip hop. I'm just all tuned in, looking
Yeah.
forward to see what's
Hopefully
going
that
on with that.
balances itself out because when I interview uh the brother Busy B, um, a lot of people was chiming in about that, about him. He basically agreed with Lord. He said Lord Jamal wasn't there, but he basically agreed with what Lord Jamal said. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a whole nother topic though. Just
Yeah,
the
that's a whole
idea
nother
of
topic. We I don't even want to
yeah,
delve into that, man. But
yeah.
I'm kind of looking forward to a lot of things that you said. Uh, I haven't listened to the Mad Skills one. I'm gonna go listen to that one, and I'm gonna take a deep dive into so I can hear it because he gets real creative. And I'm looking forward to this to see what's gonna happen with this the Super Bowl. Like, you know what I'm saying? With Kendrick performing and the Drake, I want to see how the Drake thing gonna play out. I want to see if Drake gonna just stay away from a minute and then just pop back out. You know, that's those are the things I'm looking forward to, man. So y'all be on the lookout, man. I got something special coming up this Friday. I ain't gonna say who I'm interviewing, but I got a special interview coming up. Y'all gonna see a lot more lives of me and the brother Drex discussing, you know, current events and topics and all that. And y'all make sure y'all stay in tune with us, man. Brother, enjoy the rest of your day, man. I'm out of here. Salute.
All right, brother. Yep, salute.
Peace.